Hello everyone and welcome back to another Blender beginner tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get free PBR textures to use inside of Cycles and Eevee in Blender. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into it. So the place where I get all my royalty free textures to use in Blender is usually CG Bookcase, or sometimes I use CCO textures as well. This is a really good site, but unfortunately it didn't seem to be working today. I'll still leave the link in the description below and you can check it out when it's working again. CG Bookcase though is still up and running, and it is completely royalty free, so you can use it whenever you want. I'll also show you the licensing so you can have a look yourself. Here is the person who has created CG Bookcase, and you can support them on Patreon. So I'm going to go ahead and click Browse Textures, and as you can see it's going to open up this massive library of photorealistic textures. First thing I'm going to show you is this license. So all I'm going to do is on this read more, I'm going to right click and put link new tab, and so here you can see the type of copyright they have. So no copyright, and you can have a little read through this, so pause the video and have a read through that. But you can also click on this yourself and have a closer look if you wish. So now I'm going to go ahead and choose a texture so I can show you how to apply them in Blender. So as you can see I have a category filter here, so I'll just press all categories and I'll go for wood. So I'll left click on wood, and now it's bringing up all these different types of wood textures. Got everything from the floor to these planks here and these smooth floors here. There's a lot you can choose from here. I'm going to go ahead and choose wood 9 here, and you can choose your resolution here. Keep in mind the higher the resolution, the more performance it's going to take on Blender, so it might make Blender a little slower. So I'm going to choose metalness roughness, that's what I usually work with, and I'm going to go ahead and click download. Now my file is finished downloading, I'm going to click on this arrow here and press show. Usually I would recommend creating a new folder under documents called textures and extracting your zip file there, but for today I'm just going to show you how to do it in the download folder. So just right click, press new folder, and I'll call this one texture, and I'm going to drag and drop that into here. Then I'll right click this and press extract. If you don't have WinRAR, there will be some sort of similar option which you can press, and that should work fine. I believe that button is called extract, so just click that instead. So now I've got my files, I'll show you what we can do next. Great, so now I've opened up Blender. If you don't have it, the download link's in the description. I'm going to go ahead and press Shift A on the keyboard, and I'm going to click Cube. I'm also going to turn off this gizmo, so I'll just click this drop down to remove, and I can see my cube clearly. I'm going to zoom in and move down, and now I'm going to create a basic light source, so just press Shift and then A, come down to light, click Sun, G and then Z, G and then Shift Z to the X and Y only. That's just to move it out of the way, as sunlight won't change no matter how you move it. And I'll press R and X, and R and Y. With this cube selected, I'll press G and Z and then 1, move it up, and I'll press Shift A, Mesh, Plane, and I'll scale that by 5, so just press S and 5. Now I'm going to show you how to add the BR material. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to change this from the timeline into the shader editor, and I'm going to press plus new. You'll notice after I press plus new, a new material will appear here, as well as these two will operate at the same time. And you will also notice all these settings here are available. However, this shader editor makes things a little bit easier to work with, especially for stuff like this. So I'm not actually going to change anything here, I'm going to be using my materials. So I'll open up that folder again, and I'm going to drag and drop my base color. And I'm going to do the same for all these different textures. Brilliant. Now I've done that, I'll just close this. And base color, I'm going to plug into the base color, keep this on sRGB, and I'm going to go into my render preview, and you'll notice that this shader is a little bit strange. Now to fix that, I'm going to need to press tab to edit it. Then I'm going to make sure I have A pressed, and that will select everything on this object, all the vertices, faces or edges depending on what you have selected. Then I'm going to press U and press cube projection. That's already looking a lot nicer. Press tab again and enter object mode. For you that might just be straight into object mode. I just have a special setting selected. I'm now going to move my roughness up, and I'm going to change it from sRGB under color space to non-color. I'm going to drag the color over to roughness. So those two were fairly simple, but there is a few more steps for the normal and height. So first thing I'm going to do is press Shift A on the keyboard, and I'm going to come under vector and click bump. I'm going to plug this normal on the bump into the normal on the shader, and I'm going to bring this height the color of this height into the height on the bump. I'm also going to change this to non-color under color space, and as you can see, it's creating this bump which gives it a little bit more depth. I'm also going to select my normal and change that to non-color. Then I'm going to press Shift A again. On vector, I'll now click normal map. I'm going to drag the color of my normal, plug it into color here, and I'll drag this normal and plug that into the normal here. Now all that's left to do is tweak the values. So I can turn the strength down here, and as you can see, it will get less intense. So I'll bring my strength down to 0.1. So I had a little mess around with the settings, and I decided to go with these values. So for the normal map, I went for a strength of 1, and for the bump, I went for a distance of 1 and a strength of 0.2. That should get a nice result during cycles. In my render properties, if I switch my render engine to Eevee, you'll notice that the bump is a lot more intense inside of Eevee, as well as the normal map. So you will need to make these values smaller in order to make up for that. As you can see, as I decrease that strength, now that looks a lot more nicer inside of Eevee. So that's something to keep in mind. I'll go back into cycles, then I'll click on my viewport shading and I'll press Ctrl Z to undo my changes. And I'll go back into this view again. There we are. So I hope you guys found that useful. That's pretty much all there is to adding PBR textures using CG Bootcase and Blender. If you want to see more Blender related tutorials, I have a beginner tutorial playlist as well as some quick tips as well. So make sure to check out all that below. This tutorial is part of my beginner tutorial playlist, so there'll be more videos like this in the future. If that interests you, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be updated when I create a new video. Thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.